Hello, guys! Hope you're doing well. I'm Melanie. If you enjoy a good Reddit story, feel free to hit that subscribe button. I won't stop you. Right then, let's crack on with our first story of the day. Our first story of the day comes from Metamorphosis SSS in the Entitled People subreddit, and it says, "I am single, and it's your fault." Here's a little update. After the party, she wasn't just complaining about the guy, but she's not happy that no one asked her out. No one asked for her number, and basically no guy approached her after the party. This morning, she messaged me some details of a dating event and requested that I join her next week. I refused because I am not interested in a dating event and I already have plans with my boyfriend that day. She was angry. She blamed me for being so selfish and only enjoying time with my boyfriend and letting her stay single. I was too shocked to hear. Does she think she's entitled to my time and weekends? I told her I am not joining the event. I told her that if she really wanted a guy, she should just use the dating apps or join the events alone instead of bothering me. Then she said, "I want a guy, but I don't want to go to the event alone, as if I am the only single woman. You have to join with me, helping me to get a boyfriend. Otherwise, I am not going, and it will be your fault for letting me stay single." I didn't reply. I knew her for 2 to 3 years, but I think the longer she's single, the more entitled she acts, and I suspect I will no longer want to be her friend if she continues this way. And here we have it, folks. It's a classic case of blame-shifting entitlement gone wild. Let me dissect this for a moment because honestly, where do I even start? Here's a friend, clearly overwhelmed by the specter of being single, unleashing her ire on someone who's simply trying to live their life. Seriously, the audacity to say it's her fault for not having a boyfriend? Are we in an alternate reality where someone else's relationship status becomes your personal failure? It's absurd. And of course, there's that twist where you are suddenly to blame for spending time with your boyfriend. Oh, the treachery of having a life. Can we talk about the irony? It's not about her friend actually stopping her from finding love, but the idea that unless you hold her hand and guide her through the dating jungle, it's ostensibly hopeless. Maybe she should learn to own her stuff instead of playing the blame game. Come on, let's be real here. Relationships don't grow on best friend trees. I mean, who are these people who think their mates owe them a partner, as if they dangle suitors like apples ready to pluck? Listen, if I'm being honest, it's time to reevaluate who you're assigning responsibilities here. Whatever happened to just, I don't know, having some self-accountability? And if this is the kind of friend dynamic she wants, it's time to rethink where these friendships are heading. I get the emotional distress of being single, sure, but projecting all that frustration onto a friend? Oh, hell no. I genuinely wonder what her next step might be. Sending invoices for weekends not spent plotting her love life, maybe? Oh, and let's not forget the instant shift from asking for support to demanding she sacrifices her plans. Because who needs personal autonomy these days, right? Honestly, I can't blame you for contemplating whether continuing this friendship is worth it. My advice, sometimes trimming away the entitled attitudes from your social garden means more sunny days for everyone involved. Now, if anyone out there is grappling with a similar dilemma, hit the comment section. Because really, who thinks being someone's dating wingman is some unfortunate mandate? I can't be the only one raising an eyebrow here, right? Someone says, "There's no wonder no man wants her. She reeks of desperation and craziness. How is she going to be the only single woman at a dating event? It is not exactly a place where women with partners frequently go. She needs to start liking herself and being comfortable with her own company, or the only men she will get are the wrong type." Someone says, "Probably not friends for much longer." A Reddit user says, "I don't want to go to the dating event alone, as if I am the only single woman." Wow, flawless logic. She will obviously be getting judged for being the only single woman at the event if you don't go with her, original poster. Perhaps she should be thanking you for not going with her, if that's the case. Her odds of finding a boyfriend seem to increase dramatically when she is the only single woman at this event, after all. A few days later, the OP brings us an update stating, "She blamed me for hurting her feelings. The next 2 days, she kept sending me crying and angry emojis. I don't feel good about her trying to force me to a dating event, so I ignored her. Today, she finally switched the topic, said she was lonely and she hoped my boyfriend and I could go to a barbecue with her. I thought maybe she had learned the lesson that she shouldn't force me, and she sounded vulnerable this time. So I asked my boyfriend's opinion. My boyfriend agrees to go together, though he does not like her much. So I told my friend to plan the details. Later, she told me her plan. There is a huge to-buy list. She requires my boyfriend and me to buy everything. And the list contains very specific food items such as seafood and exotic meats that can't be easily bought in supermarkets. I told her the arrangement was very inconvenient for us, and we don't eat the food she listed. She argued that we have a whole morning to prepare the food. She said she wakes up late and instructed us to just get everything and come to her door at 2 p.m. to pick her up. My boyfriend refused to pick her up and suggested she buy her own food. She was angry and said we are not caring for her. My boyfriend argued it's not our responsibility. She said, I am single, so of course it's your duty to take care of me. I told her, we are not going to the barbecue. Please enjoy your time, and ended the conversation. I don't think she is a friend anymore.
Oh man, where do I even start with this one? Let me tell you something.
The cheek, the absolute cheek of some people is just beyond comprehension. This so-called friend, and I use that term quite loosely, thinks she can just bark orders and people will jump to attention because, wait for it, she's single? Are we serious right now? You know what gets me? The sense of entitlement. I'm single, so it's your duty to take care of me. Really? Who came up with this logic? And the worst part is, this isn't a one-off. She's got a track record of forcing and guilt-tripping. It's like, what are we even doing here? And then on top of that, the gall to send a shopping list with exotic items like it's some sort of culinary scavenger hunt. I mean, come on, guts and seafood? You couldn't make this up. Honestly, your boyfriend was spot on, refusing to indulge in this circus. The nerve to assume that it's others' responsibility to cater to her whims because she can't be bothered to rise with the sun. It's just, I don't even know anymore. And you know what? By the end of this drama, I'm not blaming you one bit for pulling the plug on that friendship. If you're listening this, you felt that too. It's ridiculous. Drop your thoughts below because I need therapy after this madness.
Snoo Words 4839 says, for heaven's sake, you should have blocked her last week.
Our next story comes from Sure I 4008 in the Am I the Jerk subreddit, and it says, am I the jerk for calling my stepsister out after she kept hitting on my boyfriend? My dad has been with his girlfriend for about 5 years now. She has 2 daughters, and the older one has always been a problem. She had a kid at 15 and is pregnant again now, but says she doesn't know who the father is. That's her business, but what happened at a family event a few months ago is why I don't trust her. My half-brother was married at the time. At a family get-together, she was all over him. She was sitting close to him, offering him drinks and following him around. His wife noticed he had been gone a while and found them together in the bathroom. They are now divorced. So last weekend, we had a gender reveal party for my younger brother and his girlfriend. I brought my boyfriend, Kevin. The second we got there, she started doing the same thing to him. She was crossing her legs in front of him and trying to hand him drinks. At one point, he was grilling and she walked up behind him and started rubbing his shoulders. I told her to stop acting like a promiscuous person. She started crying and my dad turned on me, saying she's just emotional because she's pregnant and that I could have just pulled Kevin away instead of making a scene. I get that I said something harsh, but this is a pattern with her. She already helped blow up one marriage in the family. I wasn't going to sit there and let her try it again with my relationship. Am I the jerk?
Show Comprehensive 899 says,
she literally broke up a marriage in your own family, and your dad thinks the problem is you not being polite about it. Laugh out loud, no. Someone says, Lamau, the audacity of her crying after getting caught. You're not the a-hole at all. You've seen this movie before, and you know how it ends. If she didn't want to be called out, she should have kept her hands off Kevin. For real though, your dad needs to wake up because she's literally a menace to the family at this point.
AnyStick2180 says,
I hate to say it, but this screams abuse. Do you know if she was mistreated as a child? This is not normal behavior for a 15-year-old, unless she was taught that this is how to behave. She needs serious mental help, and the fact that your family isn't more concerned after what she did previously is a huge, huge red flag. Not the jerk at all. She needed to be called out. She needs to understand her behavior is not okay. Our last story comes from IcySaw4335 in the Am I the Asshole subreddit, and it says, am I the a-hole for assuming a week-away vacation to the Caribbean is a romantic getaway? Hi all, I'm a 24-year-old male, and my girlfriend and I have had a rather stagnant relationship for the past year or two, despite being together for 4 years. We haven't ended the relationship, but we're also not really there for each other in the ways we need anymore. It's like a stalemate, like sleeping in the same bed as a roommate. There's no romance. We have maybe been intimate twice in the past year. She's frequently picking fights and arguments over the smallest things, like where I set her purse down on the table, for example. Tonight, she pushed me away again. I asked why, and she said, "We never do anything romantic together," as if that's the reason for the distance between us. A year ago, we went to Cuba for a week as a vacation to mutually restart and hopefully come back into our lives refreshed and in love again. That did not happen. When I brought up that a week away in Cuba didn't seem like enough, she then said it was because I didn't pay for all of it. It kind of stung when I initially heard it. So I guess the question is, am I the a-hole for assuming a week together in the Caribbean would be romantic, regardless of whether it was a gift or a mutual trip? We had a blast, by the way, just a lack of romance. But then again, I seem to be the only one trying to be romantic in any way these days. Please help me see the light. Am I wasting my time?
A Reddit user says, "You're not the a-hole, but bro, you're only 24 and not even married to this girl. She does not like you and does not appreciate you. Dump her, be sad for a few months, and move on with your life." Facetious Tomato says, "Everyone sucks here." A week away, not counting as romantic time together because you didn't pay for it, is super materialistic and shallow. But also, that was a year ago. If someone says, "We never do anything romantic," and the last time you can think of was a year ago, you should admit there are problems. Someone says, "You are not the a-hole, but I'm not sure why you're still in this relationship. You're only 24 for F's sake. Go find someone with whom you are actually compatible and stop wasting your youth on someone who obviously does not love you anymore. There are so many fish in the sea."
Oh my, this is really sad. Hearing about this couple caught in the web of a stalemate relationship, absolutely painful. It's like, all right, we've all known those relationship ruts, right? But a vacation to the Caribbean turning into a blame game about who paid for what? Man, let me just say this real quick. No week in paradise, regardless of who foots the bloody bill, fixes deeper issues if the romance has packed its bags and left the building already. Seriously, if a vacation meant to rekindle love ends up stoking the flames of resentment instead, that's your cue. But listen, I wasn't even going to mention this, but isn't it hilarious how we often think changing the scenery changes the situation? I mean, there's a whole bloody universe out there, and yet people still believe a beach view will magically solve all matters of the heart. Absolutely outrageous. Now, I need you to tell me I'm wrong and drop those thoughts in the comments. Let's dive into this community therapy session and make some sense out of this. And hey, don't let this conversation end here. There's so much more to rant about, so make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and keep the conversation going. Go on, indulge yourself with more stories from this masquerade we call life right here on my channel. We all saw it. We all felt that pain. Cheers!